Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another weekend market watch video. Today is Saturday, October 26th. It is a bit of a chilly morning here for me, but it's still a decent morning. So make sure to like and subscribe. I am still doing the giveaway. We didn't hit 15 likes on either of the last two market watches, so I'm gonna lower it to 10 likes. So please make sure to subscribe, leave a like, and leave a comment of which token you would like me to send you. If you don't leave a comment, you're not gonna be entered in the giveaway. I have Yusei, Yugi, Jaden, and Yuya. I will send it anywhere in the US, so please leave a comment and let me know what you want. I don't have too much that I picked up today or this week. I did pick up my playset of Esteller of the White Forest. I've been telling you guys over and over again that Esteller being 10 to 12 is way too cheap, especially with the new Azamina and White Forest cards coming out. Deck's going to be really strong, and if you want to play it at all, this is a card that you will need. So I put my money where my mouth is sometimes, but let's go ahead and get straight into the market watch. I know you guys love the cards. So Molcharmi Fuaros, it's down to 130. Honestly, not too surprising to me. I've been playing with mine. Obviously I bought my two and I pulled my third. I've been playing with my playset. I have not gotten more than 2 draws off of a Fuaros ever. And the only reason I got 2 draws out of it was because I chained it to Branded Fusion. And the guy went, make Albion, make Dragus Depelia pass. So the card has been going down in price because it is not nearly as powerful as we thought it would be. That being said, a card that you discard from your hand and makes your opponent pass turn, still pretty powerful. Dominus Impulse is up to $75, almost $80. This card is super powerful. If it wasn't for the type restriction, this would be one of the strongest cards ever printed. This would be like max C levels of strong. It's the only thing that's saving it is you can't play it in light decks. So Fiendsmith, you can't play it in White Forest. You can't play it in a lot of decks that utilize light attributes and earth attributes and all that stuff. But this is still an incredibly powerful card. So if you have them, if you pick them up at like $25, $30, $40, you are sitting very pretty. Deception of the Sinful Spoils is down to $40. It was $50, $55 for a while, but it's down to $40 because apart from decks that don't play a super heavy Diabell Star engine, you don't need a playset of this. You only need 1, maybe 2. So for example, like White Forest, it's a deck that can search these Sinful Spoils traps when we get the new support very easily. You only need 1 or 2 of this. You don't need a playset because you don't need a playset that's not going to be as expensive as Engraver or Fuaros or Impulse. It's going to climb down. I think $40 is a solid price point for it. I think it might go down to $30, $35, but yeah, this is definitely a card to pick up before the Supreme Darkness set comes out. I will be trying to pick these up, but it's definitely not a card that is going to be cheap. Fire King Courtier Ultinex is up to $18, was $15-ish for a while. I played against Fire King for the first time. Blake, shoutouts to you. There's a really powerful deck. I'm very surprised. I knew it was strong, but I got completely wiped. I got 2-0'd by it. I didn't stand a chance. I was on 10 pi, and yeah, it was not even close. Fiendsmith Engraver's down to 60. The reason it is climbing down is because a lot of people have figured out with Engraver and Lacrima of the Crimson Tears, you only need 1 and 1. I don't think it's going to go much lower than 60 because people have PTSD from how much they had to spend on them. So I don't think many people are going to be willing to let them go for less. That being said, it is definitely a card that you don't need. You don't need a playset of anymore. You just need 1 Lacrima, 1 Engraver, and you're just good. You don't even play, I think, Tract and Flurry anymore. You just raw dog the Engraver. Parelia is up to $75. I'm again so surprised. I really did think this card was going to be like in the $30 to $40 range. So sorry, I made a miscalculation, but what can you do? This will hopefully get reprinted eventually. Blue is the hardest $10. No idea why it's $10. I know it's for the Exodia deck. Whatever. Somebody please prove to me how good this card is. Primite Lordly Load, these cards are going up. I know MBT put out a video showing what you can do with the Primite cards, but I still think it's personally cope. The fact that this isn't a $9 secret rare is nice. It means the one that I pulled, it doesn't burn as bad as the Mimighoul Charm. But yeah, LZs are still 30. Giant Mimicles down to 5. I'm surprised this deck is not seeing as much play and as much hype as it was. I think this deck is very well positioned. I think it, not in the current meta, just as a like rogue deck. And I think what's more, it is a deck that has the potential to be really broken if we get a good final wave of support, the third wave, the OCG wave of support. Red is Black Full Metal Dragon is down to $3. Not surprising, you only need one. Silhouette Rabbit, people are playing around with this more and more for end boards. $20. It's a card. I won't say it's good. I won't say it's bad. I'll just say it's a card. Let's see. Tenpais are 13. Kizaru's up to 40. Hopefully, you guys, if you wanted to play 6 Samurais, you pick these up at 15. They were 15 for a while, and now they're up to 40, and there's not many. There's 7 listings. It's been completely bought out. Let's see. Promethean Princess is 25. Dominus Purge is still 15. Phantom of Yubel and Nightmare Throne down to $15 to $20 a piece. Now, here's my opinion. This is just my opinion. It's not financial advice. It's just my opinion, right? Yubel is not doing as much in the meta as it was before. It has been kind of pushed out because Dominus Impulse is a crazy card against it, and Molcharmi Fuelos basically shuts the deck down. You can't play you can't play Fiendsmith into Fuelos. You just can't. It'll give your opponent too many draws. Because of that, Yubel has fallen off, and I think it's actually no longer at risk of getting hit on the next ban list. I think if you like Yubel and you've been wanting to pick the cards up, I think at least Nightmare Throne is a pretty safe pickup at this price. And I think Phantom, while it might get limited or even just semi-limited, I still think it is a card that, might not see a hit. I think now that we've kind of pushed Fiendsmith back a bit and we're saying, okay, you can't just go wombo combo anymore for the threat of Fuelos and Perulia, it's not as strong as it was. So if you guys want to play Yubel, I think it's actually kind of a safe pickup. Now, Wanted's at 35 for the originals, I believe at 25 for the reprints. These cards have no business being as expensive as they are. I think we know Diabell's getting reprinted in QCRB. I believe Wanted might be. It would make sense. It's been to the point where this card should just be reprinted a crap ton. So I wouldn't recommend picking them up. I would wait for QCR Bonanza to drop. And if it is in there, I mean, you save some money. If it isn't, well, those are the risks we take. Raging Phoenix is 33. Big surprise. Yeah, I pulled up Deception just so I can see the price graph. You can see it started off at 80 in the pre-sales, dropped down to 45, jumped up to 55, and now it's down to $40. And there's actually a decent number of listings, so not bad. Clockwork Knight. Now, if you guys don't know, Clockwork Knight received a searcher called Clockwork Knight. And it's an interesting card. It's a Link 1. It's a Link 1 with the Almirage condition. One monster with 1,000 or less attack. I think it has to be normal summoned as well. This card doesn't have a hoe. People are saying it's going to be insane, it's going to be broken. It's not. I hate to say it. The only deck that was making advantage of Clockwork Knight was Cyber Dragons. And, I mean, you can go, normal summon core, link core off for Clockwork Knight, and then you get core effect, but Cyber Dragons doesn't have a good continuous spell to send with Clockwork Knight. Clockwork Knight needs a continuous spell to be sent to search the Clockwork Knight, and, yeah, I don't know. I think this deck, I think this card and the Link 1 that associates with it will have a home eventually. I just don't know what that is, and I don't think it's going to make great use of it until we figure that out. So long story short, they're $15. If you guys want to offload them, I think it's not a bad idea. Sell them for the hype. Deck Lockdown, this is just a decent card that's seeing more and more play. It's only $3 for a copy, $2 to $3 for a copy, so yeah, not terrible. Mermails and Atlanteans, I want to look at this. This deck, I still believe this deck is pretty cope. It plays super hard into Fuelos. It is a deck that dies to Droll. But people like this deck. People love Atlanteans and Mermails and everything. I don't know. But let's go ahead and look at it. Abyss 45 to 60, depending on what printing you want. I do have an ulti. I'm glad I have an ulti, but yeah, I don't know if I'd want to be paying this much for it. And you only need the one of it, so. Abyss Gund is cheap. You can get one for $1. Or, yeah, it's Abyss Gund. Abyss Lind, I know why this card's expensive. It doesn't need to be. Megalo got its common printing, so you don't really need to worry about that in terms of price, but there are super rares and all that other kinds of rarities for just as cheap. Pike is going to be about $5 a copy. Bistius, you can get super rares for cheap. Ultra rares are only about $1. You're not looking at too expensive. Bistrite is up to $7. That's a little surprising, but I think you only need the one of it. And Shadow Squad's only $1. We also have the Atlanteans here. The only thing that really matters here is actually heavy infantry. This card is $9 for the common and $20 for the super rare. Look through your bulk if you ever open these. I mean, just get rid of them. It'll probably be reprinted in QCR Bonanza. It is an old enough card to be reprinted, and I think this card you should probably just get rid of it. Neptibus is $7 for a printing, so those are fine. I mean, the deck is expensive. I won't sit here and say it isn't. But at the same time, like the new support isn't nearly as expensive as it could be. So, then lastly, I wanted to cover Centurion. Centurion has been going up and up and up. And that's because it is pretty good into Fulos, it is decent into other hand traps, and the pack took it to, I believe it was YCS Niagara. It was YCS Lille, I forget. Some big names took it to a tournament, said it was basically the best card in the Fulos, and people have just bought into the hype. And you can see that because Primera and Trudea are both $15 a copy. Axula is $13, Legacia is $5, and then especially when we look at Emblem of Oath, this card is $20 a printing. It's like we never even got a reprint for it. Yeah, this deck is good. I won't sit here and say it isn't. This deck is good, it is strong, it is good into multiple forms of interruptions and hand traps, but I think it has climbed up to the point where it is no longer a budget deck. You're looking at $90, $150 just for the Oaths, the Primaris, and the Trudeas. So it's no longer a budget deck. You're not gonna, it's like, let's pull up the Prismatic Secrets of Primera here. Yeah, it was $10, climbed up, it was around $10, shot down to $7, but then climbed back up to 10, and now it is 15. There's not too many listings, only 27, so if you guys have a couple like Trudeas, Primeras, Emblemas, stuff like that, go ahead and try to offload them. I don't think that these will get reprinted anytime soon, but I think the hype will maybe die down. Even this deck is really flexible. You can play it with Bystials, you can play it with Punks, you can play it even in White Forest. And it is a good deck. It is a strong engine. But I think that the hype will die down eventually, and these will be back to about $10 a printing, $10 a copy, something like that. So that is going to be it for today, guys. Hope you did enjoy. Make sure to like and subscribe, and make sure to leave a comment. I really do want to give one of these away to you guys. I don't want to be doing a giveaway and being like, oh well, no, we didn't reach like goal, so I'm not going to give it away. No, I really do want to mail these to one of you guys. So make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.